All right, y'all, we're gonna make some birria tacos, okay? My version, okay? So you need a chuck roast, okay? You're gonna season this however you want to. I use adobo, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano, a little bit of pepper. You need to make sure you season all sides of it because you're also going to sear it so it gets that that really pretty sear on all the sides, okay? So make sure you do that. Okay, here you see me just talking to myself and to my children in the background. Make sure you got those seasonings pat in there, okay? Smooth it out. Get all the seasonings on all sides of the meat, okay? That's really important for the flavor because you want as much flavor as you can get because this is a large piece of meat. And beef also, for me, tends to not hold its flavor as much as I want it to. Okay, so we're going to add some olive oil to the pan. This is also a cast iron Dutch oven. I use those a lot to cook. I love to cook in, Dutch ovens, cast iron, stainless steel, all that stuff, okay? But I add a little bit of butter in there too because I feel like the butter helps break up the fat a little bit. So fat on fat, I really don't know. That's just what I feel like. There might be science behind it. I don't really know. That's just what I do in my kitchen, okay? So normally, I think the recipe really calls for tomato paste or whatever, but I had fresh tomatoes. I don't really carry tomato paste like I should in the house, but not a big deal. I cut up 2 Roma tomatoes and I added 5 cloves of garlic because we love garlic here. Okay, and then I have a red onion. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to use a yellow onion, but I don't buy yellow onions anymore. I only buy red onions because I also use them for the kids when they get sick, and I'm not about to be out here buying 2 different types of onions to keep in the house and making sure they don't go bad because stuff goes bad really quickly lately. Okay. So again, you're going to add all of this into a blender, okay? Because you need to make the sauce for it, okay? Because this needs to simmer. This is what's going to help break down the meat, okay? Add a little bit of water, and I'm also going to add a little bit of this beef broth, okay? This is the beef broth that I use. I know a lot of people use the beef broth in the cartons. This just is a lot more convenient for me because I can put it in the refrigerator and it doesn't take up a lot of space. So, oh, yep, look, there's chunks. Here we go. About to be time consuming, okay? Okay, so here we go. Let's put the meat in. And like I said, we're going to let that sear for a couple minutes on each side, and then you're going to pick it up and actually do the sides of it, okay? So flip it. Nice. Look at that sear. That's a beautiful sear, okay? Some might say it's a little too burnt. Mind your business. It's not yours. It's not yours, okay? So like I said, on all the sides, okay? Look at that. That looks delicious already. I wish it were edible in this state, but it's not. I don't want that. Okay. Yum. Yum, 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 yum. I really like to make this. My boyfriend didn't think he liked it at first, the first time I made it, but I think that he might have just been having a bad day or whatever at work. And he wasn't willing to accept a new recipe because he just wanted something that was simple. But anyway, take that mixture that you pureed, pour it into the pot with the meat, okay? And then you're going to add some water and you're going to add some more beef broth, okay? You're going to add enough beef broth to just about cover the roast, okay? Just about. I don't like to completely submerge mine because I don't like all of the juice that comes with it sometimes. It seems wasteful to me sometimes. It is what it is. If you want to submerge yours, you submerge yours. Do you, okay? This is just my rough recipe because I cook what I have in the house. I don't like going to the store. I place grocery store orders. I don't like going to the store. It's just too much, okay? We let that cook for about 4 hours, y'all. And this is what we came back to, okay? Look at that. Delicious. Now, anytime I cook a chuck roast, I'd be like, where did the chuck roast go? Why did it get so small? I don't feel like this is as much meat as we had before. But it is what it is. This is what's for dinner, okay? See how that... Look, tenderism. Look at that. Look at that. It's delicious in this state, too. So good. Like, you could just sit there and just hum. But, that's ultimate big bag. Moving on to the Mexican style rice, okay? We sauteed some onions up real good, a little bit of garlic. Then we rinsed off some rice. Y'all, please rinse your rice. You need to rinse your rice off, okay? Rinse your rice off, add it in there with the onions and garlic. And then again, you're going to puree some tomatoes and garlic. No, just tomatoes because the garlic and onions already in there. My bad. Puree just a little bit of tomatoes. Add that in there, okay? Excuse me. And then you're going to add some seasons, which is just cumin and chili powder. It's like half a teaspoon of each, and I did 2 cups of rice. This is 2 cups of rice, okay? All right, saute all of that. You can smell it fragrant throughout the house, and it looks really pretty. I love seeing different colored rice. That's actually the color that it should be, or the color that you want it to be, not like yellow rice that is not cooked already. I don't rock with that. But anyway, that was, I think 4 cups of chicken broth that we added in there. Okay. And so we're going to cover this, mix it up real well. Make sure it's all even because you want your rice to cook even. Shake the pan just a little bit to make sure it is even. Okay. Turn it down on low. You're going to cover it. This pan, unfortunately, I don't have a lid for, so I had to use the cast iron lid. Cover it for a while, for about 18 minutes. Let it cook. Come back to it. That's what you should be looking at. There's your Mexican style rice. And there's your birria tacos.